Found it? Forgot a bag. Can't do that around here. Place is full of thieves. Looking forward to it, Cassie?
What on earth? Daniel, what's this doing here?
Oh, I'm looking after it for a friend.
What friend? Why can't he look after it himself?
Well, he's got a tiny flat and he's going on holiday, I think, or he's moving house, and so I said that we'd look after it for him. Well, I would.
Well, is it valuable?
No. I think he said that the original was part of the Blackwater estate, but this one's just a copy, he said.
We can't leave it there, it'll get broken.
Yeah.
I've got to go. I'll see you at work. You are going to work?
Of course.
Well, don't be late. Today.
Whoa. Careful.
It's mine, I paid for it, I'll do what I like.
I don't know how you paid for it, but I'm grateful.
How grateful.
Eternally.
Barton's a tricky character. He hasn't slipped up so far, so we'll continue with the observation of the lockup. And I'm coming tonight, because I want to be there when we arrest him. Questions? Right then. Sorry. Cassie, I know you've got to see your manicurist or whatever, but can you do it in your own time? Right, let's get to work. Just leave this paperwork just run out.
Don't let the DI get to you. She's always hard to track these. See you at the office.
Hey, don't worry. I'm not going to tell you off. I just wanted a little chat, really. But... Oh.
Sorry.
No, it's no problem.
Julia, sorry. Does Mal like Mopani worms? They're a Botswanian delicacy, apparently. Sun-dried.
Listen, really, don't go to a lot of trouble.
Well, no. We want to cook a traditional Botswanian meal. There was another recipe with fermented maize and one with goat's intestines, but...
You know what? I think, well, steak and chips would be just fine. Honestly, Mal will eat anything.
Good. Does he drink?
Yep. Sorry. Mal and I are going to George and Ronnie's for dinner.
So I gather.
Wine or beer, though?
Either. Sorry. OK. The partners and I have had a meeting, and we all agree that we would like to offer you a permanent contract.
That's fantastic.
Well, I'll take that as a yes, then, shall I?
Thank you, Julia, thank you. I know you've had your problems with me in the past. Now you give me a chance, I'm not going to let you down.
Oh, no, you won't, Daniel.
Here's your tea.
Never had a boss make me a cup of tea before.
Yeah, well, don't get used to it. I'm not doing it every day. Custard cream?
Oh, ta. I'll take two.
And the award for the least subtle flirting goes to...
Oh, shut up, Jimmy.
Julia's told you, then. Congratulations.
Thank you for putting in a good word for me.
Well, you're welcome, but I didn't need to, actually. We were all agreed. You're an asset to the practice. You proved yourself.
I can't believe it. I mean, when I think where I was a year ago, I'm not going back to that. You got my word.
Good.
Joe, you know you're mentoring me again.
How could I forget?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Anyway, I wanted to make the best use of your time, so I've done this.
A research project?
No, it's a study plan. I wondered if you could have a look at it and let me know if I'm on the right lines.
Well, I'll look forward to reading it.
Thank you.
OK, 2 observation points. 1 in the main room, 1 in the bedroom. 2 people in each room.
Me and Cassie will go in the bedroom.
Yeah, well, as long as you keep your minds on the job, don't be staring into each other's eyes. Where's Vince?
Meet the newest member of the team. Looks a bit like the DCI, doesn't it?
Yeah, stop mucking about. You're in here with me.
Right then, who would like a drink? Mal, would you like a beer?
Yes, please.
Here you go.
Rampon Stag.
Oh, yes, English beers have some funny names. We're going to be cooking a traditionally Botswanian meal called cholo, which is beef cooked until it's really tender and then beaten with something like your cricket bat.
No.
Come on, you never use it.
That's not the point.
Why don't you use your rolling pin?
Good idea. Ronnie, would you do the honours?
Excuse me.
What, are you cooking in the garden?
Well, you're supposed to cook it on an open fire, so we're using the barbecue and an iron pot.
This I must see.
Isn't he gorgeous?
His shirt looked very expensive.
Yeah, well, that's just a little present from me, you know. Least I could do. Honestly, George, you shouldn't have gone to so much trouble.
But we want him to feel welcome.
Oh, Mal will make himself feel at home anywhere.
Look at that.
What?
Every night, dead of night, that old guy comes past with his dog. 8:30, a woman smokes a cigarette outside a flat. 9 o'clock, a bloke parks his Audi into the garage on the end. People doing exactly the same thing, exactly the same time.
Well, everyone's got their routines, I suppose.
Stand up, juggling. My life was that boring, I'd kill myself.
Be worth the wait when we get him. Vince,
Boss.
what do you make of Cassie? You've worked with her more than I have.
I hate saying this, but I don't think she's coping.
Well, she doesn't do herself any favours walking around looking terrified the whole time.
Well, you can be pretty scary, boss. And you are, I don't know.
You think I'm being unfair, don't you?
No, I think sometimes women can be tougher than other women. Let's face it, with a male boss, she can flatter her eyelashes and get away with murder. She can't do that with you.
No, she can make her way on merit, like anyone else.
Tell you what, why don't I swap with Tom and try and talk to her, see if she opens up?
If you think it's worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Swap. You're with the boss, I'm with Cassie.
I've been so worried about her. She's in a bit of a state.
Has she said anything?
She doesn't have to, it's obvious. I've tried talking to her, but she won't...
You know what I'd do? I'd leave her alone. Don't go on at her. If she wants to tell you something, she will.
And I know this sounds mad, but do you think she could be having an affair?
No. She wouldn't do that to you.
All right. Oh, thanks. You're a mate.
Anytime. I've been waiting for this.
Stop it.
Why? You liked it before.
We're here to do a job. Let's be professional.
Sure you don't want a quickie? I've even brought something to make the evening go with a bang.
Julia said you were an English teacher.
I was for years. But now I'm taking a break. You know what I like? Daytime TV. You know, it is the best in the world. All of those murder mysteries, and you can sit down and...
You don't do sport?
No. I'm too lazy for that.
George, he's winding you up. He's very athletic.
I can run very fast, especially when my ex-wife comes over.
So you were married?
And divorced. And then I met this Beautiful woman.
So do you plan to go back to teaching eventually?
We're desperate for teachers in this country.
First time I'll do some traveling around Europe. You know, this weekend we are going to Bath. This is when Northanger Abbey is set, you know, Jane Austen.
He is such a culture vulture.
You won't be working then?
Maybe I won't have to. Maybe I might find a rich woman to support me. Like Julia.
Excuse me.
What? What are you looking at?
I'll tell the DI.
No, you won't. Even if you did, she wouldn't believe you. She thinks you're a stupid little tart and a useless detective. But she likes me. So I snort the odd line on duty. Makes me better at the job, more alert. But you wouldn't know that, would you? You've never taken drugs in your life, have you?
No.
You know, the problem with you, Cassie, is you lack confidence. If you had a little bit of confidence, you'd be fine. Now, this magic dust is the biggest confidence booster there is. I really think you should try some. Last little bit. Finish it. Come on. I really should make you pick that up. Go on. Scream. Get Tom in here. Tell the DI. You can't though, can you? Because if you tell them my secret, I tell Tom we did the dirty on him and that'll break his little heart. So you're going to keep quiet, aren't you? I'm going to make DI in 2 years. I'm not having you mess that up.
You still think you're a good copper?
You tell anyone, I will kill you. Have you got that?
Cassie? Is something wrong? Well, stop faffing and go back and watch the street. I know you think I'm useless.
Look, I just want you to do your job, and it seems like you can't be bothered. If that's the case, you're a liability.
I'm trying. It's just...
Is there something I should know?
No.
You going somewhere?
Off to see my dealer. Burger van. Want anything?
Yeah, I could murder a coffee. Be discreet, though. We don't want you scaring off Barton if he does turn up.
Of course I'll be discreet. Aren't I always?
Sorry, she won't settle.
Oh, you. Hello, my little sweetie.
What's up, Chuck?
Yes, Mum.
Can I hold it?
Yes, yes.
Hello? Hello? Would you like me to sing to you? Cry, baby bunting. Daddy's gone a hunting to fetch a little rabbit skin. to wrap the baby bunting in. Cry, baby bunting. Daddy's all I hunting. To wrap his skin. To wrap the baby bunting in.
It's amazing. He's just an all-round genius.
No. I'm the oldest of 6 children. And I have nieces and nephews. Lots.
Thanks, Mum. I'll take her up. Hey, sweet.
You can hand them back when they're not your own, eh?
So you haven't any of your own?
Not as far as I know.
Boss, there's something I want to... with all due respect.
Well, spit it out, Tom.
You're very hard on Cassie.
I'm hard on everyone.
No, I heard you talking out there. You pick on her. Some people might call it bullying. It's not helpful. She's...
Do you have a problem with being simple orders?
I need to talk to you.
Well, can't it wait?
No.
OK, other room. Wait here.
Cass?
You know, in my village, there is a custom. When boys reach the age of 15, they have to go out and kill an elephant.
Even with conservation?
It's custom, tradition. When you have killed an elephant, you are a man. Then they cut off the elephant's tusks and bring them back to the village. And then we have a feast to celebrate.
Really?
No, but that's what we tell tourists.
Take no notice of it, George. He doesn't even come from a village. He comes from Gaborone, which is the capital.
But you get tired of it, you know. People wanted to find their roots or to get in touch with themselves. I had an ex-girlfriend like that.
Who is she?
She was an American tourist, traveling Africa to experience primitive cultures. If she wanted to do that, she should have stayed at home in Detroit. She couldn't live without her luxuries. She didn't want to walk anywhere. We had to go by car with air conditioning. Oh, she wanted to experience the real Africa. But without it being hot or uncomfortable or making the effort. Oh, she was a nightmare. This silly bitch.
Was this girlfriend before or after your marriage?
Have I been interrogated?
No.
No, we were just interested. You know, want to know all about you. So, how was the food?
It was interesting.
It was unusual.
Me and Vince were working together and I went in to tell him something and he was taking cocaine. He made sure I wouldn't tell anyone.
How?
Tom was working that night. Me and Vince talked for hours. He said the job was getting to him and he'd started taking cocaine to blot out the feelings. He said that he was scared he was going to make a big mistake and get kicked off the job. He said that he had never really felt confident, and that's exactly how I feel. He cried. We got close.
How close?
We had sex in his car. I was that stupid, I thought it was some way of helping him. Comfort.
And you fancied him?
Yeah, that too. Me and Tom, we've been together a while. You get into a routine, don't you? Predictable, safe. Vince was exciting, so he got what he wanted. And once we'd had sex, he could threaten me. I tell anyone, he'll tell Tom. I can't lose Tom. I love him.
If this is true, you've colluded in a crime.
I know. And the longer it goes on, the worse it gets.
Why didn't you tell me before?
He's threatened to kill me. I didn't think anyone would believe me. Especially not you.
He seemed concerned about you.
Oh, yeah. He's great at that. What did he say? I don't think Cassie's coping. He makes out I've got problems, so no one will listen, and it's worked, hasn't it? No one trusts me. I knew you wouldn't, so I got proof. He's been snorting it off the mantelpiece. There should be traces, his fingerprints. I didn't touch it. You still don't believe me?
Where's the boss?
Talking to Cassie.
TDC Holt's just made a serious allegation against you.
What about?
That you've taken a Class A drug and that you're in possession.
He said I'm on drugs.
Well, if you're not, you won't mind emptying your pockets, will you?
Well, this is ridiculous.
No, it's all right, Tom. Don't get wound up. Tried to do a nice thing, get the teas in.
You said you were going to see your dealer.
That was a joke. Funny, haha.
Was it?
No, this is harassment. What? Give in?
No.
There you go. Thanks. Sorry about the food. Didn't turn out quite right.
Don't worry about it. Listen, George, you mustn't mind about Mal's sense of humour, you know. He's very mischievous. He's just joking, you know.
Well, it's just a bit rude, wasn't it, about women, especially his ex-girlfriend?
Well, I don't think he was any ruder than I've been about Mac. And he was right, wasn't he? I mean, you did invite us here so that you could interrogate him.
I said to watch the street.
Cassie, I think it's time we told them our secret.
No.
I gave it to her, Tom. Didn't know she was a cokehead, did you? There's a lot of things you don't know about our Cassie. Silly girl thought he'd give her confidence, so OK, I bought her some.
He's lying. He's the one. Oh, Tom, please. I told you I've got proof.
It doesn't make any sense. You wouldn't risk your job for anyone.
Right, we're going back to the station and you're both going to take a test. If you've taken anything, it'll still be in your systems.
Fine, I'm prepared to do that.
Vince?
Make another move when I break your neck. Put the phone down.
Let her go.
Oh, shut up.
Vince, don't make this any worse for yourself.
Well, I'm finished already. Got nothing to lose. Might as well just kill her for the satisfaction.
Run to that while I'm arresting you for possession of Class A drugs, assault and resisting arrest. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
Always the knight in shining armour, eh, Tom? Well, I've had her and she loved it.
It's not worth it, Tom. He's lost his job, don't lose yours.
I'm so sorry.
Save it, Cassie. Are you all right?
Yeah, I think so.
Well done.
Look at you. Call yourselves good detectives. None of you had a clue.
It's just you seem to be paying for everything. Clothes, mini breaks, luxury hotels. Has he paid for anything since he arrived?
Yeah, he bought some ice creams in Stratford.
I'm being serious.
So am I, George. I mean, of course I pay. He can't afford it.
And you've lent him money?
No, I've given it to him. I mean, his sister's ill, his brother's out of work.
Yeah, well, that's what he's telling you.
So what do you want me to do? Demand receipts?
Well,
look, you invite us here to dinner tonight, right? And then you spend the entire evening interrogating Mal. You virtually accuse him of being a criminal, and you think he's being rude? Come on, George.
Well, the good news is Barton's been caught. While we were watching the lockup, he crashed his car on the ring road. There's enough stuff in his boot to lock him away for years.
Me and Tom are finished.
Look, maybe if you give it time...
No, you see, I know Tom. This is the worst thing I could have done to him. He won't forgive me. What will happen about Vince?
They'll bring a DCI in from Birmingham and we'll all have to give statements. Are you up to it?
Yeah, I want to.
Well, I'll give you all the support I can. And I owe you an apology. You did really well tonight. Didn't know you had it in you.
No. Nor did I.
Hey, do you need a hand?
I'm sorry, Julia. I'm just trying to protect you.
You see, George, that's what annoys me. That you think that I even need protecting. I mean, you seem to think that I'm some stupid, gullible woman and that Mal is a gigolo who's only with me because he wants my money or a passport.
He is a lot younger.
Well, the age gap isn't that big. Has it ever occurred to you that he might actually like being with me?
I'm sorry.
I'm just having a great time.
You're in love with him?
Oh, George. Look, I married Mac twice. He left me twice. I stood by him through his drinking problems. I stood by him through his health problems. Now that was the love of my life. I'm not in love with Mal. Just having some fun.
But you can't be sure of him.
You can't be sure of anybody.
Yeah, but what if he dumps you and humiliates you?
Oh, you mean like Mac did? Oh, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not just going to hand over my credit cards and my house to him. This time I'm in control.
Excuse me! Could you just give me a hand here?
So don't ever do anything like that again or you will be in so much trouble.
I don't care what anybody thinks of us. All that matters is you.
Can I have a chat?
Yeah, of course. Am I being incredibly stupid?
Things do seem to be moving rather quickly.
There's danger on the dance floor next here on BBC1 Scotland in Diagnosis Murder. And there are more mysterious deaths in Murder, She Wrote over on BBC2 at 3 o'clock.